We're halfway through 2026 and it's already been a brutal year for football nostalgia. Well-known former Chelsea, Barcelona and Liverpool stars are among the big names calling it a day. Time is a curse for a football fan, watching players you followed for major chunks of your life finally hang up their boots. Today, we're running through 11 players who have retired in 2026. Let's get into it. 11. James Milner. Let's start with James Milner, because no Premier League player has ever made more appearances than him. He broke Gareth Barry's long-standing record in February 2026, and by the time he retired in June, he'd racked up 658 Premier League games, 5 more than anyone else in history. Milner made his Leeds debut back in 2002, sharing a pitch with names like Nigel Winterburn and Lucas Radebe that feel like they belong to a completely different era. His career with Leeds, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Manchester City, Liverpool, Brighton and England was nothing short of stellar. He won 3 Premier League titles across 2 different clubs and became a symbol of professionalism and longevity. Milner called it a day this year at the age of 40, closing out a 24-season Premier League career that will likely never be matched. 10. Aaron Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey started his career at Cardiff City before a 2008 move to Arsenal, where he became a genuine cup hero. He won 3 FA Cups during his 11 years with the Gunners, scoring the winning goal in 2 of those finals. That's the kind of big game pedigree that defines a career. He went on to have spells with Juventus, Nice, Rangers, a second stint back at Cardiff, and finally Pumas UNAM in Mexico before ending his playing career in April. Ramsey isn't done with football though. He's now the manager of League One side Oxford United, trading his boots for a clipboard. 9. Diego Costa. Diego Costa was one of the biggest shithouses in recent football history, a genuine menace during his days terrorizing defenders at Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. He was the kind of striker opponents hated playing against and loved having on their own team. Costa actually played his last professional match all the way back in 2024. But it wasn't until earlier this year when he appeared on a podcast that he officially confirmed his retirement, fittingly low-key for a player who spent his career causing maximum chaos on the pitch. 8. Oscar. Oscar was just 25 years old when he left Chelsea for Shanghai Port in a deal worth £60 million, a transfer that raised plenty of eyebrows at the time. The Brazilian spent 7 years in China, making his bank manager very happy, even if a player of his obvious talent probably should have stayed in a more competitive league during his prime. He spent the final months of his career at Sao Paulo before retiring in April. Sadly, the reason wasn't simply age or loss of form. Oscar was forced to stop playing due to a heart condition, one that led to him collapsing and requiring CPR during a training session, a genuinely frightening way for a career to end and a reminder of how serious these health scares can be. 7. Ashley Young. Ashley Young brought the curtain down on an exceptional 23-year career in May, retiring at 40 after a final season with Ipswich Town in the Championship. He started out as a winger with Watford and Aston Villa before gradually reinventing himself as a defender during his Manchester United years, a transformation that extended his career by several seasons. Young also won a Serie A title with Inter Milan in 2021, adding an unexpected European trophy to his collection late in his career. He was also a key member of England's 2018 World Cup squad, one of the standout tournaments of his international career. 6. Dimitri Payet. Dimitri Payet was one of the biggest streets won't forget footballers in Premier League history, thanks to his spell at West Ham in the mid-2000s, where his free kicks and creativity turned him into a cult hero. He retired earlier this year after spending the final years of his playing days at Vasco da Gama. Even in his last seasons, Payet was still capable of scoring outrageous free kicks out of absolutely nowhere. He was a genuine maverick in an increasingly systemized sport, the kind of unpredictable talent that's becoming rarer every year. 5. Kasper Schmeichel. Kasper Schmeichel is most famously associated with Leicester City's fairy tale 2016 title win, arguably the greatest underdog story in Premier League history. He retired in May 2026 after suffering a shoulder injury a few months earlier while playing for Celtic. Even before the injury, it was expected that surgery would keep him sidelined for up to a year anyway, so the timing pushed him toward the decision. Aged 39, the son of legendary goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel enjoyed a hugely successful career entirely in his own right, stepping out of a famous shadow and becoming a genuine icon himself. 4. Cesar Azpilicueta. Cesar Azpilicueta was a loyal servant at Chelsea between 2012 and 2023. the kind of dependable, versatile defender every club needs. He ended his playing career in May after helping Sevilla avoid relegation in his final season. The fullback made over 500 appearances for Chelsea, the 6th most in the club's entire history. Since retiring, he's already made the move into media, appearing as a BBC pundit during the World Cup. 3. Marco van Ginkel. Marco van Ginkel earned 8 caps for the Netherlands and represented big clubs like Chelsea and AC Milan, though his time at both was frustratingly short, often hampered by injuries. In England, he also had a spell at Stoke City. The midfielder spent the majority of his career playing in his home country, featuring in more than 100 games each for PSV Eindhoven and Vitesse. At 33 years of age, Van Ginkel has now hung up his boots for good. 2. Miralem Pjanic. Miralem Pjanic enjoyed a genuinely successful career at club level, playing for giants like Roma, Juventus and Barcelona. The Bosnian midfielder won 7 trophies during his time at Juventus and 1 more at Barcelona, while also being named Roma's Footballer of the Year back in 2014. At international level, he's a legend for Bosnia, having represented his country over 100 times and contributing to 2 goals across his 3 World Cup appearances. Technically, Pjanic retired in the final days of 2025, but who's really counting semantics at this point? It's the perfect excuse to relive his glory days pulling the strings at Lyon. 1. Mamadou Sakho. Mamadou Sakho left Paris Saint-Germain for a Liverpool team that during his time there simply wasn't very good. In doing so, he essentially ended his run of winning trophies, having claimed 4 at PSG and not a single one afterward for the rest of his career. Liverpool finished 2nd in Sakho's first season at the club before slipping to 6th and then 8th in the following 2 Premier League campaigns. He was still technically on Liverpool's books when they eventually finished 4th again, though by then he was out on loan at Crystal Palace. Sakho would go on to join Palace permanently, netting Liverpool a healthy fee in the process, before returning to France with Montpellier. His final spell in professional football came at Torpedo Kutaisi in Georgia, a quiet ending for a player who once looked destined for the very top. So there you have it, 11 big-name footballers who have called time on their careers in 2026, from Premier League record breakers to World Cup winners and cult heroes. Which retirement hit you hardest? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.
Hey fam, this is your chance to build the jersey collection you've been waiting for. The Goal 90 bundle deal is live. Buy 2 jerseys and get 10% off. Buy 3 and get 15% off. Buy 4 and get a massive 25% off. Club kits, country kits, retro classics, pick your favourites and save big. And yes, every order comes with free worldwide shipping. Goal 90 bundle deal. Buy more, save more. Shop now at Goal 90 Shop.